Two sort of questions about going through the process itself. We submit names of potential referees, and then I understand the packet and letter requests go out. Is there a particular number or formula for how many of those letters need to come back? If it seems like the process, I'm not sure how long the process takes, but is there a point where we kind of add another 5 potential referees? And then because the process does take a lot of time to sort of gather all this information, by the time all of this information comes back to the committee, is there an opportunity to submit an updated CV? I mean, a lot might have happened in sort of the year since the decision for promotion was initiated. And we'd want to put, our best face forward, obviously, to the committee. So should we be updating things along the way? Any hints for people going through the process?
Okay. Well, if we see an old CV or an older CV, when we're ready to send out the letters, we do go back to the administrator and ask if there's any updates to the CV. And what was your question about the reviewer component?
Number of letters.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't wait for a specific number. I think that was mentioned before. I think we just sort of do a mental equation of the absolute, what were the required numbers? Like for professors, it's 15 now. And for associate professor on the CE track, it's 10. So we look for what we call a healthy, laudatory number of letters. We also look at the institutions. We see, if they're all from New York City, maybe we'll wait, see if something else comes in if they're on the list. But as soon as we feel that there's sufficient laudatory responses, we say this person's ready. Great comments, things we like to hear on the committee, and we're ready to go. And we redact these letters, and we make it part of the packet, and the letters are also available for review at the meeting. Okay.
I would just add that I think particularly with regard to the investigator track, if there are pending grant applications, certainly if something gets funded, that would probably be the most important thing to update. The other thing is that when we look at those letters, we don't want to see that they're all from the institution that the person under consideration used to be at, or the place next door. So we're really looking for a national or regional representation depending on the rank.
And also, it's good if you know you have a lot of submitted, which really aren't supposed to be included, but sometimes they're helpful, or definitely not in prep, shouldn't be put on for publications. But if you have if your journals are about to go in press or they're published, that's another important thing to put on your CV. Or if you're just you're invited to another lecture, an invited talk, that's another thing to update. That's important also.
Great.
But it really is key to invest the time up front, put together a perfect CV, and make sure that your referees are really lined up. It can be a very fast process, but when it's done sloppy and they have to re-request the CV, like some people don't understand the teaching section. They think under the teaching table, you list all your lectures. No, it's major teaching activities. Lectures are under a separate category. So, or some people just feel they have to list every abstract. Your abstracts don't fit on the CV. And in fact, it's a red flag to have 50 abstracts and no publications, because that says that you really aren't able to produce. So really understanding and putting together a fine-tuned packet, no problem. However, every now and then we do go back and say we need an updated CV, too much time's passed by. I should say there is a delay in getting the sufficient number, even though there isn't a set number of responses. It's a little bit of a red flag also. Why aren't people sending in letters? And so again, the upfront work is really key to the success of this. That's where the division chief comes in, and the division chief tees it up for you, or the chair.